Hello, beautiful people out there, and welcome to Power Talk Ask the Expert. Today with me, I have a beautiful soul, and I just love her to death, and you are going to love her as well. So you have to stay tuned because the topic is really like juicy. It's intuition. It's a gift that you already possess, but how do you embrace it? That's the conversation we're going to be having with our beautiful Juju. We call her Juju, but her name is Julie Christopher, and I'm going to introduce her just a bit so you get to know who she is. She is the CEO of Biz Tuition. She's also known, like I told you, Juju, and creator of a professional and trainer. She's a speaker, music artist, spiritual guide, award-winning author, and she's a world-renowned expert on business intuition and the host of Mystical Entrepreneur, podcast. So you have to connect with her. Now, there's a beautiful story with Juju because she immigrated into the America with only $50 in her pocket, a guitar, homeless, and no English. And she's amazing. I mean, you have to listen to her conversation. So Juju, thank you.
Because can you hear me? Do I have any feedback?
Not yet, but
okay. No. I want to make sure that it's comfortable for who's listening, because when you and I get together, my sweetheart, powerful leader that you are, and I love you so dearly, when we come together as light being, which we are, because we are not this body, we are not this mind, we are not this thoughts, but we are light being, we are the light. So when you and I come together, what happens is that we tremendously expand tremendously rapidly, right? So I want to make sure for that reason that if there is any bad signal on the mic or anything like that, it can interfere with our purpose of today. So this is why I want to make sure that if you hear this, the sound is okay, and then it's clear to you that you can receive us with love and peace and at ease. So,
and I love that, Juju, because these past 2 days, I think there were beautiful light beings as well, and our communication was not so good because I think our energies were really high. But I'm glad that you and I were able to align each other up early before we started. So that's beautiful. So Juju, I know you do music,
mm-hmm.
and you work with people with your inner soul. Like, how did it all begin? Like, how did that?
It became prior to being here. And I know it's like a mind-boggling kind of thing if you're watching this. So I'm trying to make it simple. And I think Dr. Angelica, you can totally relate to that. It's because if you listen to this message of this show, it's like, have you ever noticed when you're a little girl or a little boy or you're a child, and then you do something and all of a sudden it's like ring a bell. It's like, oh my gosh, why does this make me so like feel so intensely good? That's your soul talking. And you don't know this because you're like a little baby running around in diapers. You don't understand yet who you are. In fact, you don't understand anything at all, which is the perfect place to unlock your true self. It's not knowing anything at all. So we'll get back to that. But to answer your question, many of us, we really have it in us. And the way it happened to me is that it was not a seeking anything. It was something that I had born to know. So it's almost like, it was almost like I was born with this extra leg and arm.
That's how it feels.
And for me, it was like, okay, well, if I have this extra leg and extra head or extra eye, everybody has it. So for me, I never questioned like, seeking anything. I just kind of, it's something that was part of me. So I've never really had to try to understand it. That came later, right? Was the process. But so I've never really, by the age of 5, it was like, okay, I can put my hand on my grandmother's back and heal her pain. I didn't know how. I didn't know who taught, nothing. I didn't know anything. I just knew that it was something that was part of what I was. And many people today, especially in the world today, have those gifts and abilities. And I think it's a very important thing that we too, you and I, show up and share that, because it is definitely time to rise the bar and to create from that place, that gifted being, that place of consciousness. So to answer that question, it really was from birth. However, it was prior to birth. There's something that we come with, call it your divine purpose, your divine blueprint, whatever that is you want to call it, God gift. It came with me. It's like a little baggage that I had with me. So, you know,
We have our wonderful Gigi saying hello. Another beautiful leader. We have to connect, all three of us.
Oh yes, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Here's another question. What does intuition mean to you?
So intuition doesn't mean anything to me at all. And I think the reason I'm saying this is to be a little controversial, because I think a lot of us think of intuition as this one box or this one thing, or intuition must be like, oh, we have to open up our, our third eye or anything like that. In fact, intuition really doesn't mean anything, because intuition is who we are. So it's not something that we need to define a certain way, a certain type, a certain je ne sais quoi. It's something that resides within us from birth, like a muscle that truly we need to, work on. And we have it atrophy. We live in a society that is atrophied by social media, data, technology, which I call infopicity, which is my next book. Well, come to say that it's a muscle that we all have within all of us. It's part of our technology, an inner technology that we are born with. I was lucky and blessed enough to discover it at a very young age, which truly saved my, I don't know if I can say that on your show, but I'll say it, my ass. Okay? If it wasn't for the power and the skill and the ability of using intuition, which I'm going to say a little bit more about what intuition is really, well, I would not be here today, Dr. Angelica, and talking to you in this very moment. It is this key, call it intuition, that helped me survive and thrive and do the things that I'm able to do today. In fact, I founded my entire life and business on this one principle of biz intuition. So I hope that answers a little bit of your question. I can go back a little bit in what it can mean at different things for a lot of people.
Right. Because I think that's important to know. And the way I describe it to a lot of people that really either don't know about it or cannot relate to it, yes, I tell them that it's an internal GPS, and that we're all born with that internal GPS, and it's a guiding system. Yes. And it guides us many times through emotions and feelings and our inner voice, and many times through images and visuals. I mean, there's many, many ways, and I'm going to let you kind of explain it. Yep. But if we tap into it, it will allow us to, it will guide us to that right path, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like you said it so beautifully, a GPS. I call it an internet. Forget about the internet. Tap into the internet, which you really need to tap in today, especially today, guys. So intuition, think of this higher sense of connection But however, what you see on dictionary, what intuition means on Google, it is so atrophy. It's such a small, it's such a small like words after words that it's like, it really is the bliss within yourself that once you're able to tap in with your true self, that is intuition. Because when you tap into, for instance, I give you a little hint, creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Creativity induces intuition, which induces to really calm the state of fluctuation of the mind, which the fluctuation, the drift, the fluctuation of the mind, the up and down, the monkey mind, really is opposition to what intuition says. So, for instance, if you think of intuition, think what is the opposite of intuition, which is fear, dis-ease,
Mm-hmm.
stress. So, each time you are stressed, well, you are not in your intuitive ability. It's very
Mm.
simple. It's very simple. That once you're at ease and more in a state of grace, or let's say an state of healing, which is the vibration of theta,
Mm-hmm.
you are entering your field of intuition. So intuition is really just a word that's spread around, and most of us don't use it.
And they with it, many people don't know how to connect with it. One
Right.
of the things that I tell people, Juju, is that intuition is like a radio station. You know, you
Mhm.
have to change the channels until you could clearly tune in. And then if you look at intuition, it's in tune, right?
Mhm.
So you have
Mhm.
to be in tune within yourself so that you can connect. And biologically, we have
Mhm.
a pineal gland
Mhm.
that helps. It's like an antenna to the unconscious, you know. But people don't know. Many people might not even know that. But we were created as divine beings so that we can connect with the unconscious in so many ways. So
That's so beautiful. In fact, you reminded me of one nugget is that we connect to our pure intuition in a dream state, guys. So it's not, you all are really practicing it. You don't even know you're doing it.
mhm. That's true.
So let's say, like, if I have a student, for instance, who say, "Hey, Miss Juju, I'm brand new at this," and we do classes on it, of course, this tuition classes, where we help people to tap into that first level. So what we do? Well, when you dream, you have a dream journal next to your bed. When you get up, the first thing that you do, of course, you're going to be breathing, but the first thing after that is to go ahead and pick up your journal and just without thinking, because you're so fresh, you're still in the halfway realm of being completely awake yet, so
Mm.
you're still into that place where you can be pure. You understand what I'm saying? So when you first get up, you start putting note, don't think it, just allow it to just download, I call it, just
Mhm.
download. Even if and that's the key, guys, it does not have to mean anything at all.
Right.
Okay? Because intuition, that's what I say. Intuition doesn't really mean anything to me because the word doesn't mean anything.
Mm.
Really, it's just a word. But when you start to unlock from the non thinking place and you ask yourself some questions like, why am I here? Who am I? It doesn't have to make sense. So when you have a dream, even if you dream things like you're like, what? Why am I dreaming this? It doesn't matter. This is a practice. It's your muscle that you start to reignite it again. So when you want to be more and lock into your intuitive inner voice, Start writing your dream down and make maybe little pictures. Some of us are more, right, Dr. Angelica?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are more emotional. Some of us are more picture visualization. Some
Yeah.
of us are most, So just write it down quickly. Do a little bit of a, like a little puzzle of your dream. The key is do not expect
Mm.
an answer. This is what goes wrong along the way, is
Mm-hmm.
that we are so attached to wanting to know. Well, I ask a question and it's not coming. It is not about having the right or the wrong answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being in alignment with you,
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Not what the monkey mind wants,
Mm-hmm.
but what is asked of you? What is your soul guiding you with? What is your soul's asking of you? Because you need to feed your soul. You are here to serve your soul, not the opposite around.
Absolutely.
That's what intuition is so powerful.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. And I think that when people begin to connect with their intuition, they flow. It flows. You see flow. Whenever you're not following your GPS or your inner net, like Judy says, you feel that you're stuck. There's an NLP technique that says, are you moving forward or are you moving backwards? Same thing. We had a childhood game that was it, are you getting cold or are you getting hot, right?
Mm.
You ever played that game, did you?
Yep,
That you would tell your
absolutely.
you're getting colder, it's hotter. The same thing with your intuition. When you're when you're in tune,
Mm.
you're getting warmer and you're getting closer to your inner
So
guidance
beautiful.
system. Mm-hmm.
So like a little guidance quickly. It's like, for instance, we're both, and by the way, you and I met because we both listened to our intuition. You could have, I could have say, hey, busy or what, but we listen to what is this pulse. What is this pulse? I don't know what, Dr. Angelica, I have no idea what she does. I've never even looked you up, but I knew, because there is a knowing that you all have that is already there. You don't have to think that hard. You can tap into what's there already, which is your field,
Mm-hmm.
and it's right there. It's right all the way around you. And you have the instrument to be able to tap in. She's talking about the pineal gland, which is the doorway to God consciousness. So this is really important conversation. And I was going to your point. Well, we didn't meet by accident, guys. There is in your life right now, you're going through a block. Let's say you're going through your life and it's tough and it's like, what way am I going to do, left or right? This Do this for me, do this for me. Look, I based my entire life and career all the way through going to many times on the set of Shark Tank on that one principle, guys. This is no joke, okay? This is real. So let's say you're sitting with us right now, and let's say you all have, because we all do, have
Mm-hmm.
a decision to make, whether it is a business, a job, a relationship, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is this food good for me? Whatever that is, a decision that you need to make for you, your children, your family, your business. Sit down, shoulders back, heart. Remember the heart
Mm.
has to be open. This is your GPS, like she said. This is your GPS. It connects to your pineal gland. The rest, you just let it work for you.
Yeah.
Don't have to work hard at it. That's the mistake that we make. We think we have to work hard at it. It's the opposite, completely opposite. So let's say we're sitting down, us right now, you have a business or a decision to make. Take a few deep breaths, shoulders back. Don't try to think about anything. I know it's tough because we do this very quickly and we don't obviously have the time to go through an entire class. However, you can do that. You can take a few deep breaths for yourself. And then left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. You can blow out through your mouth and do just maybe a 3-cycle breath. And let's say I would ask a question that's very silly. Am I allergic to avocado? Just very silly, right? Just very silly. But I notice, lately I'm eating avocado. I feel bloated, so I want to know the answer. Or you have a different question, right? Yes and no kind of question. And you ask for your body to give you sign. If your body compresses, it's a negative. If your body expands and relaxes, it's a positive. So most likely the yes would be in alignment with your higher self, which is the true answer for you. Practice this. This is such, I'm telling you, I walked in here in Los Angeles, didn't speak any English. I had this guitar on my back. I had this luggage, little tiny luggage with me, nothing else, $50, didn't speak any English. Got out of the airport. Where am I going, left or right? No, I didn't know anyone. I was homeless. I slept in the airport. Look, guys, this is this is a true concept that you can use in your life to perform higher in your business as an entrepreneur. No question about it. I mean, I'm obviously I'm biased because, well, I am here today and everything is fine and I'm speaking on all these, beautiful places, but it was not like that, right? So each time I had to make a decision and I was alone, didn't know anybody to go to, ask any question to anybody. I had no choice but going inward. I had no choice. So the struggle really forced me to tap into this gift and to explore and amplify it. So I could listen, have this direct knowledge and say, okay, I'm going right. That feels right to me. Listen to that, because if it doesn't feel right, it's probably because it doesn't feel right. Just don't go there. No matter what anybody tells you, don't listen to the news and the thing that out there. You listen to you, to what feels right to you, even if you're the only one who thinks that way.
It's beautiful. I mean, intuition, Juju. I wasn't feeling sick when I had cancer because I was diagnosed with 2 types of cancer. And I followed my intuition my whole life. However, I was not feeling sick, nothing. It was an intuitive thought that I had to, and I had a dream, a previous dream. And I told my son, I have to go get checked. And I went to go get checked and I had cancer. But it was that intuitive guidance that told me that I had to get checked. And I listened, and it's not, well, no, I'm crazy. It's not, because I've always followed my intuition. People, I have an intuitive business and I mentor people and guide them, and so do you. And that's how we guide people. So we know that we have to listen because it guides us to healing. When they did discover that illness, they said people with this type of illness live 5 years. But it was like, that's not my truth, right? That's not my truth. And I did not take that. And then here I am still living. But now I know that I have to talk to people like you so that we can spread the word and people can begin to listen to their own inner guidance system and they can become empowered human beings that we are.
So
It was
beautiful.
beautiful. And I also want to say to all of you that are listening, Juju is an amazing, amazing, beautiful soul and person. She was one of the presenters in my event called Discover Your Inner Healer. And I had different sessions happening at the same time. So I was running to all the computers to listen to every speaker because I wanted to connect with all of them. And the moment I stepped into Juju's room, she was doing a healing session with everybody. Immediately, as soon as I walked into the room, my heart just did this puff, right? It was like, and I felt the energy. I even think I heard the puff. And I was like, whoa, she is an amazing, amazing healer. And I knew that I had picked the right person for that event. I mean, there is a lot of them, and I know you were one that I know touched a lot of people and touched me because I felt it. So thank you, Juju, for
No.
that. It
Oh, thank you for sharing that. How amazing. But we only see things that's already within us. And that's the true message for us today. Is like, if you do connect with a beautiful soul like Dr. Angelica, know that you see her as this embodiment of light and healing and beauty and grace and ease. And she marched strong on the woman path of being an entrepreneur. And if you see all the quality within her, the only reason that you see it is because you already have it within you. We are mirrors. We are mirrors. There is no, like, I'm talking to you, but it's only one person talking. So
yeah.
it's just that when we are, like you said earlier, by the way, the frequency of the radio. And some people, I'm very specific who I play with. I mean, I think you know that, right? And it's not any judgment, is that we are vibration in our field. We're not, this body doesn't exist, so it does, but anyway, that's a different show. But you know what I'm saying. So
Yes.
this is we are this if you really really tap into who we are. And I see only field, so I see energy. When I see somebody like Dr. Angelica, I see her, but I see her energy field. You can call it the aura, but the aura is not even that. It's big. It's There's something about the person that's at the soul level that comes through. That's what I connect with. So I don't connect with the Angelica, that the expert. That, yes, but there is so much more multidimensional beingness around her. So when I talked to her the first time, it was, we don't really have to talk. It's like the frequency of those radio goes, ooh, and then it melts and flow together. And it's like we're dancing in the same harmony. And so when that's very cool, and that because that's what your intuition needs to lead you with people who are in tune with you, right? And so what's important about that is that when you feel a certain way, a certain vibe about somebody, and they kind of feel like, ew, like, I don't know why, guys, that's your intuition. Listen to that feeling. It means what? Just don't go there. You don't need to, because you go, if you say, your ego is going to say yes, and at the end of the day, if you an event coordinator like she is, at the end of the day, she would pick up a speaker that would be what? At the end of the day, at the end of the event, she'll be like, darn it, I should have listened to my intuition. But it's the same thing with us in our lives. Your body, your heart, all of this is gonna tell you, ew, in my belly, it doesn't feel right. Well, it's because it's not right. So don't go there. No matter how beautiful the outside is, the bells and whistles, oh my gosh, they have the car, the money. Blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to that stuff. Listen to how you feel around that person and go with that.
You have to follow that intuition, because you know that, like Gigi's following and listening. We've worked with women, and we talk about domestic violence, and we just talked about cancer, breast cancer. But even when you're in those relationships, it's like when you follow your intuition, your guidance system, you know that you have to, when it's time to let go, when it's time to go. Sometimes, Juju, I was talking to this amazing man I jumped on this call and I don't even know how I got there, but I jumped on the call. A 17-year-old man. He said, this is what he said. He said that we are all in oneness, but when that thought comes, then we divide from oneness.
Correct.
And at the same time, that when we are in these deep challenges in our life, we're really being of service during that moment, even if it's in struggle. And the way he phrased it and framed it, it was, whoa, I had never thought of it that way. Never thought of it, that when you are going through these deep, like cancer, domestic violence, these big struggles, he says you are in you are in service at that moment.
Absolutely.
And he said he received downloads
Mm-hmm.
of information. In fact, he's writing all these things because those were intuitive guidance
That's right.
downloads that he got.
That's
And
right.
it was like, whoa, it was powerful. And I could feel
That's
the
right.
truth of what he said.
Yeah.
So, Juju, I know you play the guitar. Can you play it for us?
You're so cute.
You would like-
I've been playing the matter of fact. If it wasn't for this guitar, I would definitely not be speaking to you today, because that was my only way to connect with another human being, was to play music and to sing, even though they couldn't understand me. But I had a way to connect with the other human at that vibrational level, because music is a healer. And I think that it's such a part of all of us. Even if you're not a musician per se, we have music within us. We are the instrument, and you have to learn how to tune in to your instrument. It doesn't have to be a guitar or whatever. This is your instrument. This is your temple. This is your instrument. And you have to learn how to connect with this instrument that is pure divine gift, and you have to start honoring it, and stop those self-sabotaging thoughts. You are a God instrument. This is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm playing guitar, but it's always into the
Oops,
it's the transmission. So all the song that I play, or write, they are downloads, and it comes very quickly. I would get up in the middle of the night and and get it done. Okay, so this is not, I don't ever think. The matter of fact, after our conversation, I probably don't remember anything of it, because I don't think. When you're very, very here in the moment present, you can't think. This is how I read a book. That's it. I can't read. I don't read. So we are vibrational being, guys. This is who we are. I've been kissed by an angel. I never felt like this before, but I see in your eyes the sky, the ocean. I mean, I don't want to, keep on playing the whole show, but I was not even prepared to sing or play guitar today. But since you mentioned it,
Oh my God, it's beautiful. And you know what? You made me sweat like I'm sweating.
you're
Like,
sweating.
oh my
I'm
God,
sweating.
I'm releasing energy. Wow. I just think it's very powerful topics that you have. And I think intuition is a beautiful topic for all of you that are listening. We have Juju here, and you need to connect with her. She's an amazing soul, beautiful voice, and intuition is already within us. Like we were talking, we have to become in tune with our soul, with our divine guidance system. And sometimes we do, you see, we need three types of guidance. And I learned this from a beautiful soul that was in the show the other day. She said this. She said that we need peer-to-peer help.
Yes.
We need to mentor people and shine our light upon them. And then we need to be mentored ourselves. So, either connect with me or Juju first, either one of the three, because we all need some type of support, whether it's peer-to-peer, whether you're looking for a mentor, or if you are mentoring us. I mean, who knows? You might connect with us.
Well, and then Dr. Angelica, you talking you doing. I mean, that's what your life is all about. You're leading by example. That's what I'm trying to say. And you're absolutely correct in saying that we all need that support. And it's not. Don't look at it like, oh, I don't need. Because there is what. I think we came in the world today to see that there's more life coaches than we have students. I think there's more gurus in the world today than there's students.
Right. But because we're forgetting, you know what we forget? And let me, before I say that, I'm going to say something.
Yes.
COVID closed the door of our homes to open a bigger portal in the world, which is the internet, right? So that we can connect with millions of people around the world. Look, where are you from? Juju?
Like originally, you mean? Like, yeah, I mean, can you imagine that? Like, we're gypsies. We're French Moroccan. We're from the south of France. And I've been here, I was on my own since the age of 17. And not long after that, I got up. I was, in Paris for my music career. And anyway, I got up one morning and I said, and I don't have any problem saying it, God talks to me. It does. So I got up and I hear this voice tell me exactly what to do, which is, by the way, that's my intuition. So it's take your guitar, take the blah, 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 and leave. And this is where you're going. I didn't try to understand it. I listened. That's the message within itself. You try not to understand when it's so powerful, a voice that is speaking loud and clear to you, this inner voice. If you're trying to understand, you're going to interfere with the greatness of that gift and the purpose and your own purpose. Your thinking process interferes with it instead of being childlike and, okay, I'm listening. And that's how it works.
Exactly. And that's how it works. And so then this COVID created this portal, but at the same time, it created a sense of urgency that we connect, because we disconnected at the physical level, but we needed to connect at the spiritual level to come together.
Absolutely.
Right? And really connect in bigger ways. So for those of you that are out there, I mean, we all need some type of support, whether it's peer-to-peer, mentor, or being a
Yeah.
mentee, but connect. If not with us, connect with someone else,
Yeah.
because
It's the
intuition
time.
is magical and
Yeah, I
powerful.
mean, now it's like we take it to that level where I'm I'm part of like major beautiful collaborations, yeah, like high level stuff, high profile, if you say. Okay. Well, so I would sit in board meeting as a thought leader or advisor, and they would ask me, say, okay, can you read through this email? Because they don't want to take those big kahunas. They don't
Mhm.
want to take the time to find out what's the road. So once they discover your your ability, they're like, ooh, we're gonna use you. Good for me, right? So I'm sitting on board in the board meetings, and then they would be like, tell me about that person. Should I hire that person? Or tell me about that email. Should I avoid that? Or should I go with it? Or what investment should I go with that number, with that number? And to me, I just boop, 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 download channel, boom, bam, boom. And it's very powerful to be able to have that. So, and you can do it. Anybody can do it for themselves. That's really a gift that is comes naturally to you.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful way to connect, especially when I was going through cancer. I had to really disconnect from the world and go within to find my own medicine. I had to find my own
Wow.
medicine. Yes, I did Western medicine, but I also found a lot of guidance. In fact, I found ozone therapy, which I had no idea existed, but it was through my guidance system that told me. I mean, it gives you spiritual language that you have no idea sometimes what it's saying, but you listen and you ask, okay, guide me more. What do you mean? Right. And you begin to learn the language, and I found some of these answers, which was ozone therapy. So it helped me. It boosted me after chemo, because I did get chemo. But I'm just saying this not to concern all of you out there,
Right.
but I'm
Mhm.
saying it so that you know the power that comes with it, that you find answers that you had no idea, that you didn't even know existed. And when they show up in your life, you're so empowered, right? And this is International Women's Month. I'm going to say it's the whole month. So we have to tell our
Yes.
women that we celebrate you, we love you, we send you like hugs and the best energy ever. But
Mhm.
we want you to connect with your intuitive vision, right? What do you say
Absolutely.
about that, Juju?
Oh, it is so important because this gender reaction in mind that we were conditioned to have, like you're born and then your condition was like, oh, this is a man, this is a woman, this is how you're supposed to act, this is a man. Those are misconceptions, and that's what really prevent us to unlock our intuition, is those conditions to believe the things that you are which are not. And so when you realize who you are, which is the path of self-realization and self-actualization, it's for everyone, men, women, children, all sexes and all genders and everywhere in the world, as we are born with this multidimensional, we're holographic beings. So if you understand really those principles that you're not defined by your sex or by whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you can unlock this divine blueprint, which part of it is your intuition. It starts really with that, and then you can expand and develop it. But if you're a gentleman out there listening to this, absolutely don't settle for you are just a man having, this, I don't know, this mindset of business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're much more than that. And we embrace you and we love you, because without you, the world wouldn't be balanced. And
Mm,
so it's this unity of the two in the age of Aquarius that we're living right now, that we are finally here, where it's becoming in unity, the Trinity, Mother, the Father, the Holy Spirit. in one person. Understand the power of the life that we are right now. This is what's happening right now. The Trinity coming in within each one of us.
Powerful.
It's very powerful.
It is. It's beautiful. And we're going to have to get together and we're going to have to bring Gigi because Gigi's been on here. Gigi, you're going to join us next time.
Come on, girl.
And the three of us together, we're powerhouses. I mean,
she is a rock star.
So I love you so much, Juju. Thank you so much for saying yes. And I'm so happy and honored to have met you. And I mean, oh my God, together I know we can reach many people. And look, Gigi says yes. She's going to connect with us. We're going to do a podcast together, the three of us.
Of course.
Because she also talks about the deep, the God within us and how we need to. She has some amazing books, so we have to speak.
So amazing. The God within us, Miss Gigi, that is the intuition. If we really go down to it and take the translation out of the Google thing that they're doing about intuition, really getting down to it. So Gigi, you got this right, girl. The God within us. That is where you are opening that temple, the door, which is the seat of your heart and soul. So
yeah, she has a book called Walk With Me. Tell me if that's correct,
yes.
Gigi, right? Yeah. So, so Juju, how can people connect with you? And she says God first. So
Amen.
How can people connect with you? And
okay. It's so simple. I mean, if you are here today, it means that you either saw us on Facebook, which is really easy. If you go to, it's a free tribe that I have, and it's called the Mystical Entrepreneur. Join if you know and you feel a pull and you hear a ringing bell like oh my God, that sounds a cool tribe. Please come in. It's amazing. People are amazing. And actually, Dr. Angelica, you're part of my tribe. And so is Gigi. So there we go. And the website is easy. BIZTUITION, biztuition.com. You can step in there. The music is in. I mean, we're obviously busy doing what we're doing, but you can go and connect with me on Facebook at any time. And the Mystical Entrepreneur podcast with folks like high profile is actually launching. We're going to have the shark coming in and speak. We're going to interview. I mean, we're actually interviewing amazing, very much successful entrepreneurs right now. So we're really excited about it.
I am so excited and I can't wait for that. Let's see what Gigi's saying. Let's go, ladies.
Love you, Gigi.
So what I want to do is invite all you amazing women that are out there watching, or if you know of someone, come and celebrate with us. We have there's a nomination happening and we're part of World Women Conference and Awards, and we're having an amazing awards celebration on March 20th. It's called World Women Vision Awards. So it's World Women Vision Awards, and we have many nominees, and we want you to come celebrate with us because we're going to reveal the winners on March 20th, and you cannot miss it because it's going to be exciting and it's going to be fun, entertaining, and you just have to come and see. And also connect with Juju. She has her beautiful tribe. And if you want to connect with me, keep connecting. I will be interviewing many amazing women throughout this whole month. So you will see me almost every day live interviewing someone. So connect with me on Power Talk, Ask the Expert. And of course, DM me if you're interested in any of the work that I do. So, Juju, what do you want to end with so we can say goodbye to our beautiful audience?
Oh, well, I almost forget. Gigi is coming out to my show tomorrow, the
Oh,
Rendezvous, and you'll see it if you step into the tribe, the Mystical Entrepreneur, then join so you can tap into all these shows. It's fantastic. She will be with us tomorrow, and I can't wait. So, to end, Dr. Angelica, I just wanted to share how much I am so grateful for you. Those are simple words, but it's very big. They're very big in vibration. And I am so grateful for your time. I am so grateful for your leadership. I am so grateful for, I'm so grateful because you almost didn't make it.
Mhm.
And somehow, this miracle, we call it miracle because we don't know what else to call it.
Mhm.
Somehow, you are here. And there is no word big enough to express this gift of being with you
Thank
in
you.
this moment, because that is the gift of
Mm.
sharing your divine presence.
Oh my goodness.
There is no words to end this show other than you are an angel on earth. And I've called
Mm.
you that from the day-go.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for being here and having the courage to go through your struggle so we can step in to your wind and
Mhm.
flow with you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, those words mean a lot to me. And one of the things that I can tell you is that through the whole struggle, I gained courage and bravery. I stepped into the queen energy because I
Mm.
had to own me, right?
Mm.
Own me, who I was. And what I've learned is to step and take the role of a leader because I want to make sure that people that are struggling, that we shine the light when they're struggling and that they know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And even there is a moment in thought that when every day I was living, Juju, I was grateful for that day. I was grateful for that day. And I did not wish for anything else but the moment that I was present with my kids and living. So I learned to love life to the fullest and embrace it. So I challenge all of you that are out there to embrace life. Like, no matter what struggle you're going through, just embrace it, hold it, and know, like, just know that it's going to end. The pain's going to end, and that you have to gain that courage. Gigi, thank you so much, Gigi. And Juju
Mm.
saying I'm amazing. Thank you. I just love you ladies so much. I love everybody, my tribe, and I love the women that I connect with. And Juju, I know that you have a beautiful tribe. So I send blessings to you and your whole tribe. And
Mm.
I invite you to come back. And I'm gonna invite you and Gigi to come back because the three of us will spark the whole room.
Right, girl.
So thank you, everyone, and we will
Mm.
connect again. So bye.
Much love and light. Much love and light, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.